also do a tour. All right, home time lessons. You know that I'm just trying to get your minds, get your thought processes working even for next year. You know, with SACS, we were, one of the things that they said we need to improve on, of course, is differentiated instruction, which that is not a surprise. So what we have to come up with a way, the reason I'm mentioning it now, so that you all can start putting your thoughts together, a way that we can make sure that we are doing differentiated instruction and being able to show that we're doing differentiated instruction. I have my ideas, but I'm gonna let y'all kind of come up with a way that what we can do school-wide, because when they come back, that's one of the things that they're gonna be looking for, is how, because that was one of our deficiencies, district-wide, was we're not differentiating enough for these students, which is that's no surprise. And that was an issue 8 years ago and before that, and obviously with an outside group of people and some of them from out of state, that's still an issue. Okay, so that's something that we really have to work on. Attendance. I don't know if y'all familiar yet, but under this new federal law, substitutes cannot work over 15 days a month. Substitutes cannot work over 15 days a month, and it doesn't matter if they're here a half a day or if they come on campus for 1 hour, it counts towards their 15 days. And we were almost and as you know, as you start getting close to the month, these 15 days, when you're talking about spreading our substitutes over all the schools in this county, that lets you know that it gets thin towards the end of the month. So if we get to a situation where we don't have any subs, and we had to do a little bit today, we get to a situation where we don't have any subs and things, we may ask you all, we try not to mess with your planning periods. We don't want to get into, you going to cover a class for your planning period. So we may have to, in that department, divide those kids up amongst those that's at school today. That was the quickest thing I can think of today when we had that situation and we had no subs available. Did anybody have any other suggestions? I think that happened. Did that happen with you today? That happened a little bit on the history department. How did that go? It was kind of
with the number of students that were either out or in ISS, whatever
it was okay.
Okay.
It'd have been a little bit testy, I guess, what I'm hearing you say. He had his full class. So the only other way we can do is do what? Come to work. That's the only, and I know there's times that you have to be out, but I just want to make that, I wasn't sure if we were aware that they can only work 15 days. Whether it's a half a day, whether it's 1 hour, of course we don't call them in during that time, but if they step foot on this campus, it counts as one of their 15 days. So you can imagine if we got people out, we've got over 50 employees, we got people out and we're calling subs in every day. When it gets towards the end of the month, it's slim pickings.
Well, for us, it went fine today. I mean, I didn't have problems, but my thing about it is, if that happens, it basically, if I'm testing that day and I got a split class, instead of it ruins the guy that's out's class, and then it ruins my class.
Exactly.
So that's actually like today with all of us, that was 4, 6, 8, that was almost 12 class that days, but it worked. For me, it did all right.
Right.
But the freshmen were so fascinated in the senior class.
Right. And that was a spare the moment. Dr. Gray, we have no subs, we have no coverage. We can't pull this person and this sub don't have a planning period, and these subs are over there 15 days. And it was dropped to me today, and I was like, divide them up. I mean, that was like an off-the-cuff thing, and fortunately, it worked.
But what about, I know like they say, because with the milestones and all this testing coming up, but why not have a room, let's say like in this room, if you have one sub and all of a sudden the teacher has to leave, bring the classes in like this room, there's one on that side, and they're, basically they do worksheets.
So you're saying one teacher cover,
You know, like a
but they
sub.
don't, but
I'm
they,
not saying teacher, but like a sub. I mean, like, if you brought in, like what happened with today with Mr. Martin. Instead of that, if we had another sub with another class, because the kids,
but that was the issue, we didn't have one, that's what I'm telling you.
I've done that before.
Yeah.
When we were testing, I had 2 or 3 classes a year.
Yeah, that's doing testing, but doing the class time, I can't pull you. And I can't pull special ed teachers that are accommodating others. We used to do that, but we can't,
no, I'm saying using subs.
yeah, we didn't have that. That's what I'm saying to you. We
You're
didn't
talking
have
about
that.
preventing, you're talking about before we get to that point. is that what
Right, I
you're
mean,
saying?
like, cause Jay English had a sub in his class today.
Right.
So like his class came in here
And brought that class and her class. in.
But he's talking about like at the beginning of the month, going ahead and doing that, consolidating classes so that towards the end of the month. Does that make sense?
Or consolidate, I mean, we're not gonna basically consolidate, but they're all doing worksheets anyway.
So you saying pull Jay's sub,
And have 2 classes.
and then let all of Mr. Martin's class come in here with one sub?
So,
And then doing that, we'll wait before ahead of time, so hopefully towards the end of the month.
Now, the only way that's going, now y'all know the only way that's gonna work is we gotta have lessons for that sub to give. Okay, I mean, I'm good with that, but we gotta make sure we got our plans, you know, for that sub to work. That makes sense.
Cause my thing is, with everything, cause we're getting ready for that, I mean, we're getting down to the wire on all these tests.
That makes sense.
And it's
And-
it works.
That makes sense. The only issue is if it's a sub in another content area, I mean, you know, it could get, so the bottom line is come to work. That'll cure all of that. We come to work and more so, you know, because remember, we divide these subs up throughout the whole county. So, like you said, when testing happens, and if they're testing over at the middle school, and y'all know how many subs are required to go over there, well, all those days that they're testing at the middle school, that counts against their 15 days. So if you see some wacky stuff going on with subs and things like that, that's where it happens. Now, we're good with one sub if that happens, but it may be a time when we have multiple classes. You know, today it was just one because we were able to get the other ones covered. But there are gonna be times where we're gonna have more than one. And so we get more than one, and this is used, if you get a call and you're gonna have some extra, you know, some extra children sitting there. I mean, unless y'all can come up, I need some help with this one. Unless y'all can come up with a different plan. Yeah.
We did, and hopefully we won't have to do it.
Right,
you know,
right,
hopefully it won't happen.
right.
Plus, after spring break, I mean, like before spring break, traditionally speaking, between Christmas and spring break, we always have a big teacher absentee. I mean, it's always been and after this spring break, it kind of ends. So everybody gets
Making that last push. But anyway, just wanted to let you know that's what's going on. The subs can only work 15 days a month. All right, so, and we all know it's at least 30 days in a month, so you can do the math. So we just, basically to fit that, we just have to come to work. Student attendance input. Y'all, I know we've been talking about this, but unfortunately, I still have some of y'all just going and clicking the button instead of checking attendance. Had a parent call me Friday. Her child was marked present, and the child wasn't here all day. And how she knew that is the parent portal. Whenever you click that parent portal, it goes. Whatever message you put for that child, that parent portal will tell them. So if you click here, that parent portal will tell them here. If you click absent, that parent portal is going to tell them absent. And I'll be honest, when I get them calls, well, let me check into it. That's all I can tell them. And y'all know, I mean, we did this, you know, a few years ago. You know, we have to do that student attendance because with that parent portal, it's going to tell on us. So if you click Alan right here and he's absent, then we think that parent pick the phone and say, why is my child being marked absent? She's sitting right here next to me. So let's just do what we're supposed to do as far as that. I got to the point several years ago where I was pulling up attendance at the end of the day, and I don't want to do all that, but I will if I have to. But all you got to do, talking about student attendance, that shouldn't even be a conversation we're having. That's the accountability piece, okay? So please, check your attendance. I know we do it first period, but I'm talking about your class attendance when you go into that little thing on Infinite Campus and you click here or not here. Plus, that counts on our, that's one of the things they track on our CCRPI data as well. All right, that's enough of that. All right, any concern? So just a recap right quick. We need to be thinking about school-wide and putting it out early so we can give you time to think about it. Differentiating that instruction and proof of how it's happening. Okay, so we can document that it's happening. Because when they come back, that's going to be one of the things that they're going to be looking for as far as one of the things we got gigged on. All right, I think we've got a blood drive
Blood
coming
drives
up.
tomorrow, I sent out the roster, and, if y'all can come donate, we've got kids trying to get their honor cord, so if you can donate the kid's name, if you want to tomorrow, you can do that, but we'll be getting started at 8 o'clock.
And those kids know who they are with the monitor cords. When I went and donated, I had a student come up and say, and I just put it in their name. I just put my name on the card, and my pint went to them to help them with their account.
And thanks for your cooperation on that. I know it's a strain to have them back and forth, but they brought a smaller staff last time, and we told them if they brought a small staff this time, they couldn't come, so they've got us fully staffed for tomorrow, so we should be. They forgot we bring a lot of kids to this, so they're ready for us tomorrow.
But y'all did a great job, and yeah, we had them 2 or 3 deep
Yes.
in there, and maybe with 3 beds or something like that. So they'll be ready to accommodate us with that. Any other concerns, any comments, anything that's going on that we need to announce? Everybody's good? All right, we closing out these formative assessments. I think I've got 2 left. I've got just a couple blue notebooks I got to check. If you haven't already and you're done, please go in and go ahead and sign off. We have the data done by, I think, by Wednesday. So I think I have 2 more that I have to do. Okay. Other than that, thank you for your hard work. We appreciate you. Stick your number.